Hello, Michelle. How are you?
Great to talk with you.
Great to talk with you, too. Thank you so much for joining me for the Insightful Voice video blog. For those of you who are joining us and watching my interview with Michele Rapp, I want to tell you a little bit about her and the purpose of this series. So, Michele Rapp is a certified life coach and career counselor with New Momentum Coaching. And we'll have information on how to get to New Momentum and find out more information about Michele Rapp at the end of the interview. But she is passionate about helping people pursue their dreams and goals, live creatively, and learn about themselves throughout the process. I love that. She enjoys supporting clients and finding greater freedom, playfulness, because it's not all serious, playfulness, and meaning in their lives. Her experience includes more than 14 years of providing career coaching and workshops to MBAs and graduate students at Suffolk University in Boston. So welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate this. And what people don't know who are watching us is that, as we were discussing about 10 years ago, I interviewed you when I was thinking about life coaching, and I interviewed you on a public assets show. And so now it's kind of like a full circle moment. We're both life coaches, and we're talking about life.
And you're still interviewing and putting people behind the camera who don't usually spend a lot of time behind the camera.
No, you're going to do fine. So as you have mentioned, I am still interviewing. I've interviewed 5 life coaches and thought leaders for this series, really just to share their life lessons and their stories and their insightful voice, so that others who are watching will somehow tap into their insightful voice and learn from your lessons, and really just find a way to lead the life they most want to live. So I'm really excited about this, and I think we can do this by you answering 3 questions for me.
All right.
Okay, great. So the first question is, if you had the opportunity to get one message to everyone in the world, what would that message be?
It's a great question. And I think in my work as a career coach and life coach, the answer would have to be knowing who you are and being that person in the world. I'm surprised to think about Socrates, know yourself.
Yeah.
But I think the more we know who we are and accept that and see it and honor it and kind of live from that, the happier we are. It's certainly true in career work. But I think it's like when people really see who they are and all their quirks and their way of being and doing things and living that way, it tends to make us happier, and I think we also benefit the world by living from that.
Yeah, I love that.
And just to say that sometimes it's hard to see those things in yourself, so you may need other people, or it may be the very things that people see in you that you don't always see.
Yeah, that's great. You know, Michelle, we could talk about, and I've been telling people this, we could talk about the response to that first question for 30 minutes. But we're gonna keep going because that's really some rich stuff that you're saying. The second question is thinking about the most challenging moment of your life, and you don't have to share the moment, but I really want to focus on the lesson that you learned in that moment. So thinking about the most challenging moment of your life, what lesson did you learn from it?
And the lesson was to trust myself and the process of life at the same time. So for me, I feel challenged if I feel stuck and like I'm not growing and moving.
Yeah.
And in those times, it's hard to trust. So when I look back over time, I see that over time, I always do move, and that's my nature to grow. But when I'm in those moments, it's hard to see that. And also that the process can be unexpected also, and to just trust that it may not seem like things are moving, but they often do, and sometimes it's unexpected. So trusting myself and the process of life.
Yeah. Even if the process can be can hurt a little bit, to trust and know that everything is going to be fine. I often tell clients, you're in something and it's hard to see the way out when you're in it, but to trust in that process and dwell in it to know that when you come out, you're going to be stronger. That's true.
And that can sound kind of new agey or fake or something, but there's a lot of truth in it, I think, and you have to put your own version of that.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of my favorite quotes is from spiritual teacher and pastor Charles Stanley. And he says, it is not who we are, it is who we are becoming. That's most important. So I wanted to ask you, Michele, who are you becoming?
Well, this question took me a little bit by surprise, but the answer came somewhat clearly because in the last 6 months or so, I've been getting more into movement and dance. And as someone who's very much in my mind and thoughts, it's been really interesting for me to shift more towards my body. Yeah. So it's just kind of been, again, it's one of those really slow, long evolutions that included doing swing dance years ago, and then finding an exercise class that got me doing dance and Zumba and another dance class and movement class. And so it's just been really fun to enjoy dancing and moving and great music and just a different part of myself that I haven't used that much before. And it's fun.
Wow, that's fantastic. I cannot believe, let's not make it another 10 years before we talk.
We live in the same city, so.
We live in the same city in Boston. For those of you who are wanting to find out more information about Michele, the information is below. You can go to www.newmomentumcoaching.com, especially if you are in kind of a phase in your life where you're thinking about your career, which I think everybody is, thinking about their professional life. She's the person to go to and talk to. Thank you again, Michele. Thank you for joining me.
And thank you for the great questions and for creating this series. It's brilliant and creative, and it's a reflection of you.
Oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. All right, well, we will talk offline.
Okay.
Thank you so much.